The PT boat, short for patrol torpedo boat, was a small, fast, and highly maneuverable vessel used by the United States Navy primarily during World War II. Developed as a response to the need for agile and heavily armed attack craft, PT boats were designed to operate in shallow coastal waters, rivers, and harbors, where larger naval ships could not effectively maneuver. These boats were constructed mostly from mahogany and plywood rather than steel, which not only reduced their weight but also allowed them to reach impressive speeds of up to 40 to 45 knots, powered by three 1,200 horsepower Packard V12 gasoline engines. Typically measuring between 70 and 80 feet in length and with a displacement of around 40 tons, PT boats had a shallow draft that enabled them to navigate close to shore and avoid detection. Their primary armament consisted of four 21-inch Mark 8 torpedoes mounted in launch tubes or roll-off racks, which were capable of inflicting significant damage to larger enemy vessels such as destroyers and cruisers. Additionally, they were equipped with .50 caliber M2 Browning machine guns, 20 mm Oerlikon cannons, depth charges, and sometimes even rocket launchers, giving them the firepower to engage enemy ships, aircraft, and ground targets effectively. In terms of deployment, PT boats saw extensive service in both the Pacific and Mediterranean theaters, where they played critical roles in reconnaissance, amphibious landing support, night raiding operations, and intercepting enemy supply lines. They gained notoriety in the Solomon Islands campaign, where they were used to attack Japanese convoys and disrupt troop movements, and in the Mediterranean, where they supported Allied invasions by harassing German forces along the coasts. One of the most famous incidents involving a PT boat was the story of PT-109, commanded by future U.S. President John F. Kennedy, which was struck and cut in half by a Japanese destroyer in 1943. Despite the devastating collision, Kennedy's leadership in rescuing his surviving crew members turned the event into a celebrated tale of bravery. The strengths of PT boats lay in their exceptional speed, agility, and ability to launch surprise attacks, making them formidable adversaries against larger, slower warships. Their compact size also allowed them to operate from small, remote bases, adding to their tactical flexibility. However, these advantages came at a cost, as the wooden construction made the boats highly vulnerable to enemy fire, shrapnel, and explosions. The gasoline engines, while providing high speed, posed a significant fire hazard, and the boat's lack of armor protection meant they could not withstand sustained combat. Crews often relied on hit-and-run tactics, using speed and darkness to evade detection and minimize risk. Despite their weaknesses, PT boats earned a reputation for effectiveness and daring, proving particularly useful in guerrilla-style naval warfare and sabotage missions. After World War II, advances in naval technology rendered PT boats obsolete, but their legacy endures as symbols of innovation, bravery, and resourcefulness in naval history.